that $10 hurt. And I was doing the work, I'm like, geez, it's $5 I'm getting $5. I'm getting $5 for this entire article. It made me mad. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, your one stop for having fun, faith, and financial independence. My name is Judith Hyatt, but my friends call me Judes. And today we'll be talking about how I made my first $1,000 on Upwork. Now, if you're familiar with Upwork, it is a marketplace where freelancers can bid for jobs from clients, and I am going to share my experience on how I navigated the entire system, as well as how I made my profile stand out, how I got clients, and how I managed to make my first $1,000. With that being said, if you're new here and you haven't subscribed us yet, go ahead and click the subscribe button below, and don't forget to click on the post notification bell so that you don't miss when I make a post. I'll be doing more videos like this, so if you're interested in these, go ahead and subscribe, and of course leave a like, because I'm already sure you're gonna like what I have to say.
I know that's right.
Now on to the video. Okay, so I started my freelancing career for various reasons. If you're new to my channel, I already did a video. I'll post it here so that you can see what my reasons were for starting freelancing, and if any of those reasons align with you, I would definitely recommend going ahead and starting your freelancing career or your online career. When it comes to Upwork, you might get a little frustrated if you don't know what you're doing. I have been on Upwork for a grand total of 5 months, but I have already been successful in not only getting my first $1,000, but also long-lasting business relationships where I still benefit from them today, and I'll be showing you how you can do that as well. So I'm going to just go ahead and tell you the most obvious way I got my first $1,000. I created a strong profile. A strong profile is necessary because it is what is going to represent you to your client, and you don't get a second chance to introduce yourself. Your profile will do that for you. If there are any skills that you have, make sure you put them in the skills section. If there are any talents, if there are any qualifications that you have, you don't need qualifications to be on Upwork. I didn't have any sort of prior qualifications when I started. You don't need it, but if you have it, use them to your advantage. Put them in, let everybody know everything that is beneficial to their work. So if you're doing freelance writing like I did, you'll make sure to have your writing experience if you have any. I didn't have any, as I said before. You'll ensure to put in your portfolio. You'll ensure to put that you have mastery in the English language. And let me talk a little about that. The English language for Upwork is a little tricky, to say the least, because if you speak the English language, then you'll understand that English in America is different from English in the UK, different from English in the Caribbean. So if you have acquired these different types of English language, then make sure you put all three, and that's important because for some of the jobs that you'll see that the clients make requirements for a certain type of English. It's not enough that you just know English language. Sometimes they want a specific type of English language. So you need to know what kind of English that you're well versed in and put that in your profile. Give yourself the best shot at making the best impression. I created a portfolio. As I said before, you don't need to have this to start your job on Upwork. I actually created my portfolio after my third job, and my portfolio encompasses the things I did for my first 2 jobs. Let me explain. Alright, so I'm here at my portfolio section. Right, and you'll see that I have only 2 pieces in my portfolio. So what I did was use the articles that I made for my clients. I place them in this section. Just edit, make a snippet of it. You don't have to put the whole thing because there's no client that's going to sit and read the entire project. They just want to know that you know what you're doing, right? So that's what that's actually there for, to let clients know that you know what you're doing. And I can tell you, because I am a client myself on Upwork, when I'm looking at the job, let me show you what clients are looking at. Maybe that would be good too. So this is my client account. I can tell you that clients are not going to look at everything that you post in your portfolio. They just want to know that you know what you're doing. So normally you make your proposals. I mean, I can do an entire different video to show you exactly what clients see when your profile pops up. But yeah, let's just take one for instance. Let's look at Nazarene. Alright, so this is what the clients receive. So for this person specifically, I'm not seeing a portfolio. There's no problem with that because it's not the first thing I see when I go on. But if I should want an in-depth research of who this person is and what they can do, definitely I will look at the portfolio. Also, if I have a ton of freelancers coming to me wanting the same job and having the same amount of good qualifications, there will need to be something that separates the sheep from the goats, and that extra thing can be your portfolio. So invest in creating one. Even if you don't have a job on Upwork as yet, you can make your own little documents and you can post them online. Write a topic on something or based on whatever your skill is, and make posts online about it so that you can see them at the stronger candidates. When you want that extra kick, I would say do the portfolio, because you'll see that you have a work history, but it doesn't necessarily show you. So they only show you the feedback from the clients, but it doesn't show you the sample of the work that they did, right? So I would say do a portfolio. It makes it seem more efficient. Since I'm here, I'll just go into the third one, which is to upload a professional profile picture. Actually, I'm going to go into mine. I don't want to talk about anybody else's profile picture. So I'd say make sure to get as professional a picture as possible. You can use your phone, a clean background, make sure you're in a professional suit. It doesn't have to be a professional, it doesn't have to be business. Attire can be business casual, or smart, something smart looking, and take a professional picture in a well-lit room. It just says something about you when you have a picture on your profile. So you want to make sure your picture is clean, smart, well-lit. You don't want the picture looking like this. I am not trusting my work with somebody that thinks that it's a professional photo. So invest in your profile picture. Bid as low as possible for your first job. That's what I did. I bid as low as possible. Going back to my profile, you can see that the first, let me go over here, give me a second. Yeah, you will see that the first job I did was in April, was for $10. And let me tell you, it wasn't an easy $10. I think that job was like 5-6 pages. I think it was 6 or 7 pages long, and it was just for $10. And I can tell you, so I know that it's hard, but I can tell you from experience that it is going to be very difficult to do such a very hard task for a small amount of money, but it will benefit you in the long run, because you will have that reference from your client, and 2, that sample from your client to build up your profile. You have to be comfortable with starting small. That $10 hurt, especially because I had actually bid $5. She said that the work was for $10 and I bid $5. So when I was doing the work, I'm like, geez, it's $5 I'm getting $5. I'm getting $5 for this entire article that she has me writing, and it made me mad, but I pushed through, and it took so long, and I pushed through and got it done, and It says $10 here because after I submitted to it, she liked it so much that she gave me an additional $5. Great, but you have to be willing to do those things because you know it will benefit. As you can see, the next job was $15, and of course my other job here came up to $696, and that job was one of the easier jobs. So the hardest job I got on here was for $10, and one of the easier jobs I got was for about $696. Yeah, I would definitely say be comfortable with starting small. Okay, so the next thing I'll say is that your cover letter needs to stand out, and that is probably the best advice that I will be able to give you. Okay, so let me show you what my cover letter was for this job. Alright, so first off, the job I was talking about that I got $696 from, I'm gonna show you the cover letter I did for it. So yeah, here for my cover letter, my first line is I am Batman. And if you're, let me hook you up, girl, a little lean there. Right, so yeah, if you're familiar with Upwork, then you know why I had to write this, and if you're not, I'm going to let you know. So sometimes clients want to know that you have read in full their job description before you write your cover letter. So normally they will sneak a little line in the job description.
Write this to show that you've read the job description in full.
And for this one, of course, he put that I should write I am Batman. So make sure that whatever they request, you have to make sure that you read the job description in full, and whatever they request, put it in your cover letter. Right. So yeah, that's what I put. And as you can see, for this cover letter, my actual cover letter was just these 2 lines. I mean, this is considered a part of the cover letter, but it's because of the fact that these are specific questions that he would have asked in the job offer, or in the job in the job offer, the initial job offer he would have made publicly. These are the questions he wanted us to answer. So for the first line, I would have just written what I thought was necessary. All I did was answer his questions and make sure I answered them promptly, and of course I made sure to re-engage myself so that I know what I'm doing, and of course I added my 2 lines. And I'll say here that you should ensure that you are not copy and pasting your cover letter. I know sometimes it gets frustrating. You're making bids for work and you're not getting any responses, but don't, and take it from me, I have a story. Take it from me, don't fall into the trap of mass applying, which means you have just a standard cover letter and you send it to everybody in the street. It's a little bit probably changing the name and whatnot. Don't fall into that trap. A few years back, this is a different account, but a few years back, I started wanting to go on Upwork, and I got frustrated, and what I did was to do what I just said I did. I was getting frustrated, so I just used all my connects and I just mass applied. And when I did that, and all the jobs closed without me getting an offer, and you know what Upwork did? Upwork suspended my account. I don't recommend using that method. Ensure to take the time to apply for each job, especially the price that you're doing it for may be low, but if you look at it, if you're going into a supermarket, you're looking for the best deals, and the best deals normally entail something of high quality with low price. So you have to make sure that you're the best quality, low price product on the shelf, at least in the initial stages. So make sure you're showing at each step of the game that you have quality. Show them what you can do, and let each question, put thought into each thing that you say. Just make sure that your relationship is fruitful, because 1, you want them to stay, 2, you want the reference, and 3, you want to be able to use that work as a sample. So yeah, there are a bit more, there's a small amount of tips and tricks I can think of, but probably this video is a little bit long right now, so I'm going to put it in another video. Let me know if you want to see that video first of all. I think for now that is it. If you liked this video, go ahead and subscribe down below and hit the post notification bell to make sure that you don't miss another post. And of course, subscribe, it helps me out a lot, so please don't forget to subscribe, as well as share it with your friends and family and ask them to subscribe for me. Please, if you liked all that I talked about and if it was very helpful to you, go ahead and leave a like on this video as well. As I said before, I'm sweating so much and here is so hot. I'm so sorry, but yeah, it is what it is. That is it for now. Thanks so much for watching. Just remember that the only time you don't have a opportunity to turn your life around is if you're in the grave. So if you have a pulse, you have a chance. So from one success story in the making to another, I say God's peace be with you. Goodbye.